Hello.
Hello. That was quite good.
That wasn't bad, James.
That was alright.
And welcome to our first podcast in what feels like years, but it can't be that long. But definitely our first podcast with a new team. And every week we're going to try and knock a podcast out if we can. This week I'm joined by myself, Scott.
Sophie.
Rosina. James.
And we've got some new features on the podcast, as well as some of your favourites from the last series. And we'll keep changing them every week, just until we get it spot on and perfect. Starting off this week, we have a new round. I don't know if I can call it a round, but a new section. Would you rather? And I'm going to ask each member of staff a would you rather question. And hopefully you will get to know them a bit better. So, James.
Yes.
Would you rather always say everything on your mind or never speak again?
Never speak a single word again.
Never speak again or always say everything you're thinking?
I've got to always say everything I'm thinking. You can never not speak again.
Do you know what would be very interesting about this question? If I ask any other member of staff what they give as James's answer. Rosina and Sophie, would you prefer James to never speak again or always say what's on his mind?
No comment.
And we'll leave that one there. Rosina, would you rather be able to stop time or fly?
Fly.
Oh, you answered that quick. Why fly?
Because it's cool. Because it's cool.
Because it's cool?
Yeah.
What do you mean it's cool?
It's cool.
But isn't stopping time cool as well?
No, because what would you do?
Well, you could, like, I don't know, you could live forever.
Could you?
No.
Well, you could go and, like...
Yeah, but you couldn't... What, do you mean, like, stop time and everything freezes?
Yeah, everything stops and
Yeah,
you're
but
the
you
only
wouldn't be able to, like, communicate with anyone.
Do you still get to move? Or do you freeze
You
as
can
well?
still move.
Oh, yeah.
No, you freeze as well. And everyone's just
Yeah.
frozen. How would you start it again?
Okay, and Sophie, would you... would you rather be born with an elephant trunk or a giraffe neck?
This is a bit personal because people say we've got a giraffe neck, don't they? I would say a giraffe neck because you could peer over walls. Your nose wouldn't get in the way. I quite like it. Yeah, we good.
Okay. Right, that's round one. I keep saying round. It's not rounds, it's sections. That was activity number one. And we're handing over... Last time we had a weekly quiz, it was a bit rubbish, so we've handed over to James. So it'd probably be even worse. But each week, James, or if it doesn't go very well this week, someone will come up with a 10-question quiz. And the rest of us will battle it out. And at the end of each term of podcast, the winner will get a gift voucher of £1.
Right, alright, hello. Now, this quiz. Question 1. Papers up. Papers out. In 2006 at Stage Stars, what was the panto for that year?
2006.
Yeah, 2006. Write down your answers.
I think I know.
Easy.
Question 2. We're doing Bills in the panto currently, but who sung Bills? Who is the artist?
As in, who sings it in the panto?
No, who sings it as a single? Next. Leonardo DiCaprio played the man in Titanic, but who played the woman?
He played the who?
The man.
Who was he called?
I'd never seen
Jack.
Titanic.
Jack.
Jack. So who played Rose?
Yeah,
do you
who
mean?
never let go. No, that's Jack, isn't it? Oh, yeah. Right. Next question. Number 4. What is top of the charts currently at this moment in time?
And if you're listening to this podcast not on Saturday the 7th of November, you may answer this question differently.
No, it's a B song. It'll be in the chart still.
Ooh.
Number 5. Name 3 Man City players. This should be an easy one, as we have Sophie, who's a Man City player.
I'm not
A fan.
He makes me. I really don't like them.
Number 6. What are the 3 most watched films ever?
Okay.
By who?
By everyone. The 3 most watched films
Everyone's
ever.
watched these films.
Anyone.
If you haven't seen these films, I'm not going to give it away, but if you haven't seen 2 of these films, then
That's really hard.
you're a bit silly. Oh, by the way, you have to get all 3 to get the point. You got to get all 3. Don't have to be in order.
No.
Yeah.
Well, there's no point.
I'm the quiz master.
I'm not doing that question then.
I'm the quiz master.
Right, fine.
It's easy anyway.
-1 for me.
Number 7. Number 7. Which of these are not West End shows? Harry Potter, Queen, The Journey, or Tickling?
So what? Hang on. So how many of them are and how many of them aren't?
Right, 2 of them are, 1 of them isn't.
So one of them isn't real, the rest of them are.
Harry Potter, Queen, The Journey, or Tickling?
Is it current?
Yeah.
What has ever
They
been?
are.
So
well,
2 are
of them
current.
are on stage. Yeah, current.
Okay.
Question 8. Which one of these flavours of Pringles is fake? Which of these is not
And
a
if you're
flavour
playing
of
along
Pringles?
at home, now's the time to turn off the podcast. It doesn't get any better than this.
Now, blueberry hazelnut, pigs in blankets, or blue cheese and tomato. Which one is not a Pringles flavour?
What was the first one you said?
Blueberry hazelnut.
How long did it take you to make that one up? You gave that away then, James.
No
didn't you?
comment. Number 9. This is a humorous question. Which one of these is not a real film? The Englishman who went up a hill but came down a mountain.
Wait, what?
Right.
That's awful.
When you say that, now there is probably a film called The Englishman, but it doesn't have the last bit on. So
The Englishman who went up a hill but came down a mountain.
right.
Second one. The man who loved cat dancing. Or bangers and mash with a side of gravy soup.
What is the actual question?
Which one isn't a real film?
Okay.
This is on IMDb, so it is official.
Oh right.
And
Always trust the internet.
And number 10, the age-old question: what came first, the chicken or the egg?
That can't be a question.
I've got scientific proof of the answer. I will tell you after you've written.
So
it
you
down.
do. People. No one knows.
No one. I know.
You know.
So it's an age-old question that no one's ever got right, and you've decided to put it on
I
the quiz.
know what it is. I know the answer.
I apologise to everyone listening to this at home. I introduced this feature wrong. At the beginning, I said that James would be doing the quiz every week, and clearly, as you can tell from question number 10, that won't happen. So enjoy James's first and last quiz, and next week, hopefully, the feature will be back with someone who can come up with questions.
We can. That's a bit harsh. Can we? No. Can we? Right. I'm going to say question 1. Swap sheets. Swap sheets so you can mark each other's.
All right.
All right. Now, first question. Anyone got the answer for what was the panto in 2006?
Jack and the Beanstalk.
Jack and the Beanstalk.
Jack and the Beanstalk.
Correct. It was Jack and the Beanstalk. Next question. Who sung the song Bills? Scott?
Your mama. Because she got bills.
She gotta pay. Is it Lunch Money Lewis?
I have no idea.
Correct. Sophie
Hey,
for lunch, Money Lewis. No, it was not my mum, Scott.
No, not your mum. Your mama.
Oh.
Your mama got bills.
Question 3.
Okay.
Who played the woman in Titanic? Scott?
Rose, because there were lots of females in Titanic.
Yes, yeah,
but the lead female
Yeah.
was played by Kate Winslet.
Yeah, Kate Winslet.
Don't know.
Correct. It is Kate Winslet. Question number 4. Scott. What is top of the charts?
Now, I originally put Some Rubbish by Justin Bieber, but you then said it was a solid song or something. So it's going to be something terrible by some ridiculous hip-hop rapper artist. Probably something to do with whatever it is you mumble to yourself on Saturdays. So I've got no idea.
No, just to clarify that he's talking about Stormzy Shut Up, and that is not in the charts. So, no from Scott.
Is it Adele? Hello.
Adele, hello.
Correct, you two is Adele.
That's a
Hello.
terrible song.
Hello from the other
No, I know what it is. I just think it's a terrible song.
I quite like
It
it.
was just a rip off of Hello.
Is
it
it
me
you're
you're
looking for?
There you go. Thank you.
Right.
So do I get a point for that?
No, you don't, Scott.
Well, it wasn't a solid song.
Question number 5. Name 3 Man City players. Insert Scott's joke now.
Well, I think this was a trick question
Alright.
because I don't think Man City actually have a proper football team.
Go on, Scott. Name 3 Man City players.
So what we'll do, I'll take 0 points for that question. But if, when this goes out on Facebook, I get at least 5 students to also question whether Man City has a football team, I think I get the point retrospectively.
Okay, that's true. If that happens, Scott gets the point for that. Sophie?
Okay, when we went on holiday last week,
Yeah.
James did try and
I
teach me the names,
I'm
okay?
the teacher.
This is what I can remember.
Oh, God, this is going to
Zane Tembloy, P.T. Allen, and...
I have no idea who any
Wait
of
for this
these
last
are.
one. Nyan Rilioy.
None of them even sound similar to a Man City player, so there is no points.
Wait
Rosina.
for the correct answer though, Rosina Ruth.
Wayne Rooney.
I have no comments. I have nothing to say to that. If there's any football fans watching.
Then you
Right.
shouldn't be because it's a podcast.
So no one gets the points for that. Question 6. Anyone got 3? Scott?
I've written 3 which will be different to the
Yeah.
3 you're claiming. I know you'll say Godfather's on the list.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that Avatar and Titanic should be on it, but you'll disagree with that. And you'll probably have something like The Shawshank Redemption or some rubbish like that.
These are the most watched films, Scott, not the most bought films. Because it's the
what,
most...
people buy them and don't watch them?
Avatar made the most profit, but it's not necessarily the most watched film.
Right. James,
Sophie will
clarify
go-
for me how it becomes a watched film.
A watched film,
Yeah.
IMDb. That's what I got it off, and they know what they're talking
But
about.
how do they know how many times I've watched it once I've bought the DVD?
I don't know, but they've done it of probably how many times it's been viewed on telly, how many times it's been bought, how many times it's been played in the cinema. They'll add all together and they'll understand it, Scott. So, Sophie, what have
Did
you got?
Godfather even come out in the cinema?
I don't know.
Okay, I did put Toy Story, crossed it out. I've got Avatar,
Yeah.
Casablanca, and Forrest Gump.
Avatar and Skyfall.
Skyfall?
Yeah, James
Skyfall's
Bond.
a good film.
No way! Right. What did you say again?
Avatar, Casablanca, Forrest Gump.
Scott got 1, you got none, and you got none.
What's his one? What are they?
Godfather.
Titanic.
I got Titanic. I
Yeah.
got that.
Yeah, but you don't get any points because it's... You don't get any points.
Why?
Because
'Cause
you have to get all 3.
So my
Oh,
reward is
no.
exactly the same as those buffoons'
Yeah.
reward, right?
E.T. and Wizard of Oz.
Really?
Yeah.
Wizard of Oz?
So despite you telling me for a fact on our holiday that Godfather was in the top 3,
No, Godfather was in the top 3 best films rated ever. Next question, number 7. Harry Potter, Queen the Journey, or Tickling? Which one isn't in the West End,
I'm
Scott?
saying Queen the Journey.
I know Harry Potter was, but I don't think it is anymore. So I think I picked Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Wrong. What did you say?
Queen the Journey.
Correct.
Thank you
Scott
very
gets
much.
point.
'Cause
Did
the
you make
Queen,
that up?
No, the Queen musical is called We Will Rock You, not Queen the Journey.
Yeah, I made it up.
The tickling.
Tickling is
Yeah.
in the... Right,
I've got
question
2 so
8.
far.
Which
Oh,
is
you
the
can pick
fake Pringle? Blueberry hazelnut, pigs in blankets, blue cheese and tomato. Scott?
I think Pigs in Blanket definitely could be one, so I've guessed out of the remaining 2 and went with blueberry and hazelnut.
Yeah, I
Right.
put blueberry hazelnut. Yeah.
Blueberry and hazelnut.
Wrong. It's blue cheese and tomato. I made that up. Blueberry hazelnut is a... I'm so sorry. Sorry. I just
So
had...
So that's wrong.
once again, if anyone is still listening, because we are now 14 minutes into this garbage, but you've just had a spike because James slammed a glass down on a metal table, and now he's burped. So enjoy.
Right, so yeah. Blue cheese and tomato is the wrong one. Next one. What have you got for the film, Scott?
I've just put second one. I don't know what.
The man who loved cat dancing.
That might be a YouTube video.
Sophie?
I put bangers and mash with a side of gravy soup, so it sounds like something you'd make
I
up.
think
The
that's a
man
count.
goes up a hill and whatever.
All
Ooh.
different answers. Sophie's correct. Well done,
Oh.
Sophie. I made up the cheeky bangers and mash beside a gravy soup. So yeah, the Englishman who went up the hill and came down a mountain is a real question. Question 10. What came first? The chicken or the egg?
Egg.
Can I explain mine?
No.
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh, I need to explain.
Just say the
Okay.
answer. Explain when he says you're wrong.
Dictionary-wise,
Mhm.
chicken comes first. It starts with a C.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
That was actually
Egg.
quite a good answer.
Egg, chicken.
Chicken.
Sophie's right.
Oh
Now,
my
I'll give
God.
you the scientific terminology for it. The chicken came first because the only way an egg can be formed is it has a part of the protein that only a chicken has. So the chicken had to have come first to give the egg that protein.
But how was the chicken born?
That's not been discovered yet.
Adaptation,
Right.
isn't it?
I mean,
And there's your
I
quiz.
don't know what to say other than
Who won?
there's no way
I got two.
that Sophie is getting a mark for that last one.
Yeah, she is.
I picked the chicken.
She
It's
picked chicken.
So it was a 50-50 guess, and whatever you decided was going to be right. We'll do it by vote. Anyone that does watch the podcast and get to this point, please do write your comments on our Facebook page. You're voting on several things. One, whether any of this was any good, but secondly, whether James should be allowed to do another quiz. My vote's no. How many did you get, Rosina?
2.
2, 3, 4. I got 4.
Sophie?
I got 6.
Yeah, well done, Sophie. Congratulations.
So the quiz was null and void, but next week we will start a quiz properly with someone that can ask questions.
I thought that was quite good.
Moving on to a new feature, Rosina's Rant. Every week we're going to give Rosina the mic for 60 seconds and she's going to be able to rant about a topic that we gave her 10 minutes before starting the podcast. And this week we've given Rosina a difficult one to start with. Why selfies are pointless. Now, for those of you that don't know, Rosina is fond of the occasional self-picturing and
Not
therefore
on my own.
may... What?
Not on my own. With other people.
I take selfies on my own.
Yeah. So, Rosina is now going to rant for a minute about why you shouldn't take selfies on your own.
On your own.
Yeah, go for on your own.
Because when you... Are you timing this?
Yeah.
Because when you upload a selfie, you become obsessed with how you look and you do it to please others and yourself to be the best person.
This isn't making great podcast. They can't see your face looking uncomfortable, or they can hear his silence. So welcome to the first and last Rosina rant. And we'll move on
She
to
was
our
really angry about that.
next new feature, which has its own jingle. That's enough. Okay, so this feature is called Rolling in the Deep.
Ah, I love that
And
song.
it's Rolling in the Deep because I'm going to ask each member of staff a deep and meaningful question, which they need to think about. So, nice deep question to start us off for Mr. Deep himself, James Peake.
Yeah, that's what they call me.
And your question is, to what extent do you shape your own destiny and how much is down to fate?
I have no idea what you just said.
That's how deep James is. So, to what extent do you shape your own destiny?
Yeah,
so, to
yeah.
what extent
Yeah,
do
do I
you
predict
create
my own
what,
future?
well, not
Like,
predict,
cut-
but do
yeah,
you make
yeah.
it?
And what's
how
fate?
much is fate?
I like to think of myself as Romeo, and a lot of Romeo's actions were due to fate.
Sorry, just say the last bit again.
No,
I imagine a lot of people are laughing, so they might need to.
have we got some like music to put over this? Cause,
No.
it'll create more effect. I think the big things in life really are down to fate. I think where you go in life is due to fate. Where
Is
you,
this happening?
wherever you progress to is due to fate. But the little things in life is like due to like my own destiny. Because look, I knew I was gonna slam that.
Yeah, and so everyone at home has once again just had another spike. I apologise for that if you are still listening.
So yeah, I just did that. But like, for instance, me joining Stage Stars, I think that was fate. I've got friends from Stage Stars. That's about it. But like, I've got a lot from Stage Stars, and I think that's due to fate. I think I joined Stage Stars because of fate, not because of my own decision. It was actually my mum's decision.
So your mum's fate.
Yeah, sort of.
That's deep.
That was deep.
Okay. Yeah, we'll move on. Rosina, your deep question. What one piece of advice would you offer to a newborn child?
A newborn child.
Yeah, so a baby just born, but will understand one thing you say. What bit of advice would you give it to take in life?
Join Stage Stars.
Available on Saturday mornings, 11 till 1 and 2 till 4.
2. Not let other people affect your decisions.
Ooh,
that's
deep.
deep. That's
Why?
deep. That's so
Why?
deep.
Because you should do it for yourself, not for other people.
Just like
Just
the
like the
selfie.
selfies. Just like the selfies. That's so.
Okay, and Sophie, finally, your deep question for week number 1. How do you know that your experience of consciousness is the same as other people's experience of consciousness?
Do you know what I often think about this? What if we're just in a dream? There's someone, we are just a dream. Our whole life is a dream. Someone is up there in the clouds. I'm not talking God or anything, I'm just talking like a person.
This is deep.
They're asleep.
This is God.
We are their dream. And then if they wake up any second, the world's over. How about that?
That's deep.
What? But
Is that what?
I don't. What? But they must know us in real life. Because why would you dream about people you don't know? I thought you always dream about things that you've seen, because that's how your mind makes it. It uses things you've experienced.
I've never
Maybe
fallen
it's
off
just
a
a nightmare.
skyscraper, and I've dreamed about that.
But you know what a skyscraper is.
But maybe we're just a figment of their imagination. Maybe it's an author of the characters.
I mean, I can prove you wrong. If somebody was having a dream and this was a figment of their imagination, how appalling would their mind be if they dreamt up the rubbish we are currently saying?
What was your question?
Moving on. Next section, make Scott laugh. So each week, each member of staff will come up with a joke that is hopefully going to be funny enough to break a smile onto my face. And this week, we're starting with James. James,
Really not funny.
make me laugh.
Right, this is funny. This is funny, so please laugh. Knock knock.
Who's there?
Europe.
Europe who?
No, Europe who?
He's laughing.
He's got a smile on his face. I win.
And if you're in the children's group, age 5 to 6, you'll have just found the joke for this week at school. So take it with you and enjoy. Rosina.
Mine's worse than that. What's Forrest Gump's password?
What's Forrest Gump's password?
Yeah.
Bubba.
It's got to be something to do with chocolate, isn't it?
Chocolate.
Don't I?
1 Forrest 1.
Just say it a bit louder for those who didn't hear that.
What, the whole thing?
No, the punchline.
What's the punchline?
1 Forrest 1.
1 Forrest 1.
Oh dear. And Sophie.
Okay. Knock knock.
Another knock knock one. Who's there?
Britney Spears.
Britney Spears who?
Knock knock. Oops, I did it again.
That's good.
He's laughing. Look at him, he's laughing. Did you find that funny?
That was actually pretty good. I hate it when I find it funny on this bit of the podcast, but yeah, it was good.
Good.
Right, my winner for this week then is got to be the Britney Spears joke.
Thanks, Brittany.
Very good.
Thanks, Google.
Right, 2 features left for our first podcast back, and the second to last feature is Sophie's fascinating fact. You will remember, if you've heard these podcasts before, that most of the time these facts turn out to not be true, but we will let Sophie continue to give us them anyway. So Sophie,
These are
fascinating
true.
fact.
These are true. Fact 1. A goat's eye is rectangular.
I knew that.
What?
I knew that.
Okay, our eyes, spheres.
Our eyes are spheres.
They're balls of eye.
Yeah.
Their eyes.
Eyeballs.
Balls of eye.
Their eyes are rectangular, so are sheep's, but the goat is more
Right.
interesting.
Say what you've just said again.
Okay, our eyeball is a ball.
It's sphere.
Their eyeball
Yeah.
isn't a ball; it's a rectangle.
I knew
So
that.
why does
Right.
it look like a
Okay.
sphere?
No,
You're gonna say it's a 2D shape. Okay, it's a cuboid. Let's say that.
Right, there we go.
Goat's eyes are cuboids. Look it up.
Why does it look like a sphere?
I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs of the joke.
Right,
The
are
facts.
Are
I
you
just know
saying
that.
it's a cube or a cuboid?
Don't question me because that's all I know about it. That's all I know. I'm gonna say cuboid. I'm gonna say cuboid about that.
I already
Okay.
knew that fact.
So how do they look left to right?
Like this.
Yeah,
What do
yeah,
you
'cause
mean
they
like
can
this?
see.
It's not a video.
You can
They
imagine it at
turn their
home. Right?
head.
They must be able to just, turn their eyes a bit. Roll it.
I'll tell you
Okay.
how really in-depth
on
these
the head.
facts are. Sophie's got them written on her thumb in 4 words.
It's just a reminder. I know the fact, but it's just a reminder. Okay, fact 2. The average 4-year-old asks 437 questions a day.
A day.
A day.
The average 4-year-old. Who's an average 4-year-old?
Not just any 4-year-old. The average 4-year-old.
What?
Okay, some ask more, some ask less. That's the average. Fact, let's say. Fact 3. You could fit 1 million Earths in the sun.
No, you couldn't.
You could.
They would burn.
Don't question the facts. That's the fact. If you needed to, put 1 million Earths in the sun and you could physically get them in there, they'd fit. That's what I'm saying, they'd fit.
Right, but who has proved that?
Aristotle. Or Darwin or something. That's definitely a fact.
Darwin! Let's get some monkeys in there as well.
So the volume of the Earth would fit into the sun how many times?
1 million times.
1 million times.
Maybe
So
a bit more.
The
On
volume
average.
of the sun is 1 million times bigger than the volume of the Earth.
Yeah. Don't argue with the facts, Scott. They're all true.
I can't see that, but I'll take your word for it for a minute. Right, final game. You're playing against each other, and this is a new feature again for this set of the podcast, and it's called Couch Potato Catchphrase. So it's nice and simple. If any of you have seen the TV programme Catchphrase, where we have our famous Mr. Chips, and he acts something out, and you have to guess the phrase or the catchphrase associated with what he's acting out. This is going to be the same, but I'm going to describe it in words, and you need to try and guess the popular phrase that I'm saying. So, the first catchphrase for you all this week, and the first person to buzz. James, do you buzz? Where is it? Okay, so those are the buzzes, and the first person to buzz in with the correct answer wins. So, Mr. Chips walks into a room, and he walks over to some bread, and he picks it up, and he looks at the price on them, and then he walks over. Yeah.
Cheaper than a loaf of bread.
No.
That's not fair.
So Mr. Chips picks up the bread, looks at it, puts it back down after he's seen the price. Then he walks over to some mushrooms and looks at the price.
Is
Yeah.
it cheaper than chips? Because he's Mr.
Oh! James has got it.
Yes!
Cheaper Chips.
Chips. What?
He said cheaper than chips.
Yeah,
cheap-
I'm going to accept cheapest chips.
Yes, get in, boys.
And the final one for this week is going to be...
What's the mushrooms?
Well, it was just a comparison because then
Oh.
he was going to get some French fries. actually, do you know what? Looking at the time, we've kind of run out of time for this week, so that's going to have to be an end of it. So James wins our couch potato catchphrase.
Yes.
Thank you very much for listening. You will never get the 32 minutes that this podcast is just taken back. So hopefully you enjoyed at least a little bit of it. We'll listen back to it and decide, 1, if you're ever going to get to hear this, and 2, if we're ever going to do another one. But if we do, we will see you next week for podcast number 2. So it's goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me. Goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me.
Oh,